Yo, what's going on, everyone? We're back at it with another PrizePicks video, and we ended up cashing the first part of the four-man play that I went ahead and gave out on the free YouTube play last night for today, right? It was the LSU versus USC game. That was a crazy good nail-biting game. That was insane. Even though both teams could have done a lot better in the red zone, it was just a really fun game to watch. It was kind of crazy. Garrett Nussmeier, he did what we thought he did. He was just gonna be a laser and just throw darts to his receivers. Kyron Lacy, as we predicted, is the wide receiver one on that offense. I mean, he was just looking his way every single time. I mean, the first 46 yards that Garrett Nussmeier threw, 42 of them came from Kyron Lacy, right? And then obviously Kyron Lacy ended up with 94, maybe more, right? 94 plus receiving yards. And then Garrett Nussmeier ended up with 304 passing yards. I mean, insane game, right? Now all we have to do is wait for Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers to cash it in and bring us home on Thursday Night Football. First game of the season. Lamar Jackson going up against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. It should be a high-scoring game, a very competitive game. The reason why I like Lamar Jackson over 222.5 passing yards is because I mean, they're just going to be going up against the Chiefs. The Chiefs force teams to throw. Yes, Lamar Jackson could potentially run for 80 rushing yards and maybe even more. But the Chiefs just force teams to throw the ball a lot. So that's why we're going to go ahead and take Lamar Jackson, combined with Zay Flowers for over their passing and receiving yards. And we just need both of them to cash. We cash that and we're going to go ahead and take home that 9x play. I get a 450 by putting in that $50 play, right? And last time that they went up against each other, Lamar Jackson hit this over and Zay Flowers got, I think close to 100 receiving yards, if not more, right? So Zay Flowers over 55.5 receiving yards. I'll definitely take that, combine that with Lamar Jackson, right? So look at here. Look, this is insane, man. Zachariah Branch at a USC was 2 yards away from cashing this four-man play that we had set up perfectly for this weekend. We took TCU's Josh Hoover and Savion Williams on Friday, combined that with USC's Miller Moss and Zachariah Branch, and Branch ended up with 56 receiving yards. I could not believe it. 56 receiving yards. We needed him to get 2 more receiving yards, and I would have cashed out $1,350. It would have put us all up huge, right? Ah, man, that was tough. That was tough. The crazy part is that Zachariah Branch had like 46 receiving yards in the first half. We only needed him to get, or he got 47 receiving yards in the first half. We only needed him to get 11 in the second half, and he did not get this 9 or whatever it is until the, final minute of the game. I just couldn't understand why Branch wasn't getting any work. Maybe he was being covered a little bit more than I noticed. Maybe the cornerbacks were getting safety help up top, but Branch just the connection was just not there in the second half with Moss and Branch. They ended up winning the game, of course, right? In a crazy ending, but man, that was tough to lose that. So we're gonna go ahead and give y'all, since we already have a play for Thursday, I'm gonna go ahead and give out a four-man play on my VIP on Monday night or Monday, and I'm gonna go ahead and give out a two-man play, a 3x two-man play that I really like for tomorrow's game, right? So let's go ahead, let's get to it. Let's go over to our board. So we're gonna go ahead, go to the college football tab, right? And we're gonna go ahead and before I give this, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it. It really helps the channel grow and get the wheels turning on the channel, right? So if you enjoy the content, if I help you make money, let us know in the comment section down below. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, support it. I appreciate it, guys. So let's go ahead. So Thomas Castanillo, Boston College, going up against FSU. I really like this game. It should be an interesting one. Thomas Castellanos is a very run heavy quarterback, and FSU defense had a really tough time keeping Haynes King from getting those rushing yards, right? Haynes King, not the best or greatest rushing quarterback that you're going to find, and he ended up carving out 15 carries for 54 yards, averaging 3.6 yards per carry, right? So if Haynes King could get 54 yards on FSU, then I really think that Thomas Castellanos could bust out 58 rushing yards. When last year, when they played in the beginning, earlier on in the year, he ended up getting about 90 rushing yards there, right? So take Thomas Castellanos to get over 57.5 rushing yards. I really think this FSU Boston College game is going to be a lot of points are going to be scored, right? There's going to be a lot of yards being thrown, a lot of offensive action, right? It's going to be a fun one. So definitely tune in for that. Look for Thomas Castellanos to get that over 57.5 rush yards. Now, do I expect FSU's defense to kind of, toughen up a little bit and, stop Thomas from running so much? Probably, right? Because, they looked how they let Haynes King go off for a couple of rushing yards and a lot of carries. So they're probably going to stop that. But Thomas Castellanos, that's where he butters his bread, right? On the ground. So, he's not very pass heavy, right? But he could definitely get you over 100 rushing yards. And if we go to his last game, I think that's what he did. Yeah, he got 156 yards on the ground against SMU, man. That is insane. 156. His passing projection is 166. And that tells you something, right? So just take Thomas Castellanos over 57.5 rushing yards, and we're going to go ahead and combine that with Ja'Kai Douglas out of FSU for over 38.5 receiving yards. He looked like the wide receiver 1 in that offense last week. Now things could change. It could go back to Malik Benson. Last week, I went ahead and thought Malik Benson was going to be the wide receiver 1, and it ended up looking like Ja'Kai Douglas was the favorite for DJ. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to follow that trend. We're gonna take Ja'Kai Douglas to go over 38.5 receiving yards and combine that with Thomas Castellanos to go over 57.5 rushing yards. Now, there is no correlation in this play, right? So, most of my plays have correlation. This one doesn't. So definitely tread lightly. I'm only going to put $50 to $150 on that one. I'm going to take the over on both, over on the rushing yards, over on the receiving yards, right? So, man, we crushed it this entire weekend. We are up. I think we're ending the weekend up at about 28 units, even after today, man. It's insane how much we're winning, on college football, and we just started, right? So if you want to go ahead and get on the VIP and tail our plays, go to winnable.com/DSP. That's where you'll be able to access all my plays. And the cool thing about this is that because we had such a badass weekend and McMillan went ahead and cashed us out significantly, what I'm going to do is, or what I already did is, I put up a promo code, right? So I put 50% off any pass that you decide to get, whether it's the free plan, whether it's the week pass, the day pass, the month pass, or the entire NFL and college football season. Just put code McMillan and you'll get 50% off any of those passes, right? So if we apply the code McMillan, right, you'll get 50% off. Oh, did I spell it wrong? McMillan. Is it with an A? Oh, I forget. There you go. All right. I fucked up. But I went ahead and put McMillan as the code, right? So if you were to go ahead and get the pass, it only comes out to $249.50 for the entire season, right? And the cool thing about this is that you could also finance it through Karma, right? So you could go ahead and do 6 payments of $44 a month, or 4 payments of $62 per month, right? Or just pay the entire thing in full, right? But 6 payments of $44 a month, I'm giving y'all 9x winners, 8 and 8.5x winners every single weekend. I mean, it's easy money, man. Go ahead, get on that. Once the NFL season starts, I'm going to remove this code, right? Because it'll be a whole new week. So this code will probably be live all the way up until Wednesday night. So make sure you go ahead and get on that McMillan on any of the passes that you decide to get. But honestly, this is the best bang for your buck. $249.50 for the entire NFL and college football full season. All right, everyone, that's the play for today. Make sure you go ahead and lock in this too, man. You can see here, I already locked it in, and let's go ahead, let's get this one. All right, everyone, take care, have a great day, and I'll see you on. We're a little bit richer.